This is the plaintiff, Benjamin Pike. He says he rented a room from the defendant, but quickly moved out because there was a hostile environment. The defendant's nephew threatened to beat him up and gave him dirty looks every time they bumped into one another. The arrogant defendant thinks he can get away with anything he wants. He's here to show him he can't and is suing him for the $480 he's owed for security and pain and suffering. This is the defendant, Ahmad Nouri. He says the plaintiff was sharing an apartment with him, and the problem was the man's a slob. Every time he'd come home, the place was a disaster. The guy doesn't even use sheets. Instead, he just sleeps on the dirty mattress. He's not refunding the plaintiff's money. He was disgusting, and it's going to cost him money fixing everything he ruined. He's accused of creating a dangerous environment.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says he fled from the room he rented because the defendant was so hostile. But the defendant says the plaintiff is a slob. He doesn't even wash sheets. It's the case of sheets happen.
Benjamin Pike, you are suing Ahmad Nouri for $480, $240 of it a security deposit that was withheld from you, and you've added an extra 100% for pain and suffering because it was withheld from you. Okay, what happened?
Well, I moved into this place.
How'd you find it?
Craigslist.
Okay.
I moved in. It was a really good deal for a good apartment.
How much were you paying?
It was $800 a month.
There was a third person living there who was the defendant's nephew, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how long were you living there before something went wrong?
Maybe like 6 months.
And then what happened?
It was just like a very kind of hostile environment.
How?
Basically, there was like always disagreements between me and the other person living there.
The defendant's nephew?
Yes, about
What kind of disagreements?
cleanliness, about
Who was telling who that they were unclean?
both, basically. Like
Okay.
it was like back and forth.
All right.
He was telling me I was unclean. I was telling him he wasn't clean. There was a lot of disagreement. I mean, you know, this is something I guess that happens between roommates sometimes that don't get
Okay.
along. But we just were kind of two people that didn't really click. I mean,
Okay.
there's no real.
Well, but you mentioned in
way
your
to
complaint
describe.
threats, so let me hear the threats.
Yeah, well, it happened like one time. Basically, there was like a verbal like altercation, I guess. He said, you know, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you or something. So yeah, so that happened like one time.
And did he?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, from that point on, it was just kind of like giving.
Who
sort of
decided
dirty
that you
looks.
needed to go? Was it mutual?
Sure. No, I actually decided I wanted to leave.
Did you want him gone too?
I was ready to ask him, and then the same time he
Okay, so
asked me.
there's no issue that everybody wanted him gone. All right, and then who was the problem in terms of cleanliness, him or your nephew, or both?
I mean, actually, it wasn't my nephew; it's my son. He
Oh,
was
it's your
in-
son. Sorry.
Yes, I used to live over there then temporarily because of a job. During the 11 months he lived there, he never bring me any attention regarding he had issues with him at
Okay.
all.
Well, did
And-
your son tell you I have issues with this guy?
No, I mean
Nobody tells you anything?
No, I mean, surprise to me right now is
But have
mentioning.
you talked to your son about it?
I mean,
come on, you didn't talk to your son about it?
No,
You're on
I did.
People's Court,
No.
you didn't talk to your son about whether or not he had problems with him?
No, I again, honestly, but never came nothing seriously.
No, my question is, at some point before you stood here before me today, a few minutes ago, have you talked to your son about the issues he had with the plaintiff?
Yes, there were issues just with the cleaning and stuff. You know, he doesn't clean. He
So
doesn't.
why
do
did
that.
you want him gone if nobody had talked to you?
I'm sorry.
You said I was ready for him to go. Why were you ready for him to go?
Because of the issue that he would not clean after himself, Your Honor.
I thought you just said nobody told you about that. So how would you be
No,
ready
regarding
for
a threat and stuff he was mentioning.
Oh, okay.
Not,
But you had heard complaints about cleanliness.
Yes, but nothing else. I mean, this is a surprise to me.
All right,
regarding
so
a
you
threat.
leave when?
I think it was March, February.
When was it?
It was.
February 14, Your Honor.
Okay, now, why are you keeping any portion of his security deposit?
The reason when he left, he did not maintain the apartment clean.
Okay, how so? To the tune of $240.
I charge $150 for cleaning, Your Honor.
Well, you got to prove that there's $150 worth of cleaning to do
me-
that in front of me.
Sure.
But
Me and another person came, stay whole day to clean the apartment. I have some pictures.
I need to see pictures of the dirty apartment that would require $150
Sure, Your
worth
Honor.
of cleaning. And by the way, when you say apartment, you mean the whole apartment, including
talking
where your
about-
son lives and where your son cooks and all that?
Sharing areas and also his bedroom.
Okay, let me see.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first I need you to tell me what's dirty here.
If you look at the mattress, Your Honor, I have a picture before he moved in. He never used a sheet, Your Honor. He never used a sheet when he sleep on that bed.
Can I say something about the mattress? quickly?
Yeah, why wouldn't you use a sheet?
Oh, okay. That's, to be honest, I didn't. It was basically because I was kind of always planning on moving out, basically.
So you don't put a
and
sheet
I'm very
down?
poor, and I don't have a lot of money, to be honest.
You know how much a sheet costs?
I
You can
know,
just
it's
borrow
ridiculous.
one.
It's really, it's
What do
actually.
you do for a living?
I'm an actor.
What do you do for a living to eat?
I'm an Uber driver.
Say it again.
Uber driver?
An Uber driver. Well,
Yeah.
I get the Uber bills.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of know what. I don't know how much they pay you guys. I know what Uber's
Can I just
charging.
say something about the mattress, though?
Yeah, you shouldn't leave it. You shouldn't.
I
do that.
actually, when I moved, I don't have a way to prove this, but when I moved there, I flipped it basically because when I moved in and saw the mattress, it was already like really filthy, so I had to flip it over because
to make it. I'm sorry, because this shows a picture of an unfilthy mattress, and this shows a picture of a filthy mattress.
Right.
Now,
I'm saying
what are
that-
these pictures of? This
Those
is
are in the kitchen area, Your Honor.
right. So
That's not me. That was the roommate.
how are you going to show me that was
Yeah.
not your son?
Son.
Where's your son?
Okay, so suppose that the landlord just cleans a place, and it takes him a day. Can he charge like $150 for his time?
No, he should just charge the nominal rate, typically what you do when you hire a cleaning company.
Wait a minute. But you could, the landlord could just as easily go and hire a maid to do it. So why can't he get the money that a maid might have gotten?
Yeah, or the tenant should like pay for the maid or something like that before he leaves.
But if the tenant doesn't and the landlord does, should the landlord get $150?
No,
Why?
He said, because like it's not written in the lease that like I should like keep it.
I totally disagree with you, but your dog is cute. Okay? Going inside the courtroom.
Those are his drinks, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
but you can say that all you want, but you have to prove that. But now, and then the dishes that are in there, how do I know these are not your sons? How am I going to watch this? Is that yours?
No, it's
Okay, watch. That was unpredictable. I mean, how are you going to
Your
prove
Honor,
that?
let me mention something, Your Honor. Regarding other issues, like when he left, during his stay, he broke the vacuum. I asked him, would you
Did you
please-
break the vacuum?
It was the vacuum handle, so
Right.
it wasn't the Mac. And basically, what happened is I'm going to demonstrate. I see the vacuum. I'm going to clean. I just very gently pick it up. It snaps off in my hand. This thing was going to break no matter
Okay.
what, basically.
Let me see the damage. And do you have a receipt that will tell me how old the vacuum is?
The vacuum was, Your Honor, I don't have the receipt. It was a year old.
Yeah. Well, do you
the
have
issue-
a way to prove that it was a year old?
Yeah. The issue I had when it broke, I talked to him. I said, would you be able just to fix it? Go buy $1 glue and put them back together.
Okay.
He says, okay. But he never fixed it until, when the day he was leaving, I asked him, did you buy the glue? I can put them together. He said, no. And I went right there from the house. I went to the store, buy glue, put them back together.
Oh, okay. So what it cost you, $1?
It cost me $1.50 for a glue, but I went and I came back and I put them back
But you
together.
also have the rest of the glue to use, right?
It was.
All right, folks, you've wasted enough of my time today.
Oh, sorry.
It's $240 of the security deposit that you've kept. I'm going to allow you to keep an additional $50 for what happened to the mattress, which isn't appropriate, and $1 for the glue. So if we take that away from the security deposit, that leaves $189 that you must pay him back, because when I'm looking at that room, the room is impeccable. The only evidence of any $150 cleaning you can show me are things that he says are your son, and you don't have your son here to testify against that. So the only testimony in my courtroom is uncontradicted. You see, that's the problem with not bringing witnesses to court. So $189 verdict for the plaintiff, plus, of course, your court costs. Good luck, folks.
All right, so first out is the defendant here. How do you think you're going to fight your case and win it with no evidence?
I mean, I had the evidence. I didn't know the issue is just going to bring my son. But, you know, just imagine he broke the vacuum. He never fixed it. How are you going to clean the room? My son went and bought another vacuum, and he was cleaning. You know, but I don't have him here. But I had a statement. Somebody came with me and cleaned the house all day.
All right. You follow Officer McIntosh around the corner this way. All right, come on out here. How's the acting career going?
It's good. It's good. It's fun. I'm in LA. I'm doing what I love doing, so it's cool.
Yeah, what are the big time credits?
The big time credits. I actually was.
Uber?
No, I was actually in a movie called Inside Llewyn Davis. Actually,
Wow.
I
think I saw that
part
movie.
in it. Did you?
Yeah. How come you're such a slob, though? Why can't you clean up the act?
I know. I'm just so dirty. It's ridiculous. I mean, I
Okay,
knew.
that's good enough.
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, I'm going to repeat what I've talked about many times before. Tenants and landlords take pictures of the place that's being rented before the tenant moves in and as soon as the tenant moves out.